The hype for Avengers Infinity War is reaching boiling point, and Kevin Feige has now confirmed there are going to be real character deaths in the movie. Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, it's Jan here, and in this video I'm going to explain why I think one specific superhero that hasn't typically appeared on everyone's death lists will be killed by Thanos in the film. I'm also starting a new Marvel giveaway. To enter, make sure you're a subscriber and tell me in the comments who you think won't make it out of Infinity War alive. And I'll announce the winner of my last giveaway later in this video. Obviously speculation and potential spoilers ahead for Infinity War. It's generally thought that Marvel are going to hit fans big in Avengers Infinity War and kill off someone like Cap or Iron Man. After all, Tony did have that vision in Age of Ultron of his fellow heroes strewn lifeless on a rock in outer space. But a recent EW interview with Josh Brolin, who plays Thanos, has got me thinking that it won't be a main Avenger we lose in Infinity War. When Brolin was asked about Thanos' daughters Nebula and Gamora, the actor found it difficult to discuss. Although he did say the Mad Titan treats both Gamora and Nebula as tools for his own gain, when pushed on whether Thanos is cold the whole way through or if he feels any affection for them, this is what Brolin said. Yeah, I do think he does. When you see the relationship with Gamora and you see that evolves, God, I wish I could tell you. I can't. Obviously he has a grand plan, like somebody who's pulling in kids for their own selfish bloodshed, but he has a capacity to love very much and very deeply. Now, I think it's very interesting that Brolin specifically mentioned Gamora but tried to stop himself from revealing anything further in terms of bigger plot points. We need to remember that Gamora is Thanos' favourite daughter, and that favouritism has been something that's been very painful for her adoptive sister, Nebula.
Your demeanor is that of a pouty child, and apparently you alienated my favourite daughter, Gamora.
So why would Thanos kill Gamora? Well, there's rumours that if Thanos does get to all 6 Infinity Stones, he'll still need something extra to be able to use the Soul Stone. That particular Infinity Stone still hasn't been revealed in the MCU, though I've talked about possible locations where it could appear in my Soul Stone video. But the idea is that to be able to use the Soul Stone, you have to sacrifice someone you love. Thanos has a twisted love for his daughters, and Gamora is his favourite, which could mean that Thanos will kill her in order to control the Soul Stone. But before you get too upset, just remember we're talking comic book movies here, and it's quite likely that the Infinity War sequel will involve the Avengers trying to reverse some of the events from Infinity War, perhaps with time travel. As for Marvel, killing Gamora would indeed give their film an emotional hit, without their having to retire one of the original core characters like Iron Man or Cap at this point. And there's actually a bit of supporting evidence for this idea in the form of one of the Infinity War Lego sets for the final battle, in which Iron Man, Gamora and Star-Lord face off against Thanos, who's wielding an Infinity Sword. We don't know how this battle will go, but it could be the moment in which Thanos carries out his dastardly deed. After all, we do see Iron Man extremely upset in this shot from the first trailer, and it looks like it could be set on Thanos' home world, Titan. We also know that in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Nebula came to terms with her sister Gamora, and seeing Thanos kill her would be the final straw, setting up a huge revenge story for her in Avengers 4.
There are little girls like you across the universe who are in danger. You can stay with us and help them.
I will help them by killing Thanos.
I don't know if that's possible. You will always be my sister.
Now, I really like Gamora, so I'll be pretty devastated if this does play out. However, Zoe Saldana has already revealed she's been filming on Avengers 4, but she could have been filming flashback scenes from before her death, or if that movie really does reverse some of the events from Infinity War, then of course we might see Gamora come back to life. The really interesting thing in all this is that Gamora's death would actually parallel something which happened to her in the comics. When Gamora discovered Thanos' master plan to kill off half the universe, she attempted to kill him with a dagger. However, Thanos mortally wounded her and left her for dead. Adam Warlock found Gamora about to die, and to save her, he absorbed her spirit into the Soul Gem and took her into a place inside the gem called Soul World. Gamora stayed in Soul World until the events of the Infinity Gauntlet, when Adam Warlock restored Gamora into the real world via the body of a recently deceased human. She died again though when Thanos erased half the universe from existence. By the way, James Gunn has said we won't be getting Adam Warlock in the Infinity War movie, however he'll likely appear in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I talk about how that will happen in my Adam Warlock teaser video. Nebula also plays a key part in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline and the final defeat of Thanos. Initially, in the Infinity Gauntlet comics, Thanos wreaks havoc on Nebula's body, torturing her and turning her into a living corpse, who he uses to try and impress Mistress Death. Later in the story though, it's Nebula who turns the balance of power away from Thanos by taking the gauntlet from him. Nebula then restores the half of the universe which Thanos had killed, which also brings back Gamora. Now, I don't think this is exactly what will happen in the movies. However, in this glimpse of Nebula from the Super Bowl TV spot, we can see that she's absolutely furious at something. Could it be she's just witnessed Thanos appear to kill her sister Gamora? If Nebula or another character does reverse Gamora's death or any other effects of Thanos' devastation, that would happen in Avengers 4, not Infinity War, of course. By the way, another possibility is that Marvel might do a twist on this idea in the Infinity War movie, with Thanos killing Nebula as she goes up against him rather than Gamora. Nebula is still one of his daughters and so could be used by Thanos to harness the power of the Soul Stone, with Gamora then having to exact revenge on the Mad Titan. Either way, if Gamora or Nebula does die, perhaps by having their souls taken from them by Thanos, then this would be quite an emotional setup for Avengers 4. So do you think Gamora or Nebula will be a casualty in Avengers Infinity War, or do you have any theories on who else Thanos might kill? And which character would you be most upset to lose in the movie? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for my new Marvel giveaway. The winner of my Jessica Jones giveaway is on screen now. If that's you, private message me with your details so I can get your prize sent out to you. And while we all wait for the next Infinity War trailer, check out my recent Avengers videos and other Marvel theories by tapping the screen here. Thanks for watching and see you next time, yippee-ki-yay movie lovers!